top 5 solutions for stress-free travel with pets. Did you know that 37% of pet owners skip vacations because they're worried about traveling with their furry friends? That's over a third of animal lovers missing out on amazing adventures. But here's the thing, with the right know-how, you and your pet can explore the world together. In this video, we're breaking down the top 5 pet travel problems and how to solve them. Say goodbye to stress and hello to unforgettable memories with your 4-legged companion. Mastering air travel with pets. Ready to take to the skies with your furry friend? Let's talk about how to make air travel with your pet a walk in the park, or should I say, a breeze through the clouds. Now, I know what you're thinking. Flying with pets can seem like a daunting task. There are so many rules and regulations to keep track of, and it's totally normal to feel a bit overwhelmed. But don't worry, we're here to break it all down for you and share some insider tips that'll have you and your pet jetting off in no time. First things first, let's talk about airline rules. Did you know that most airlines have a limit on how many pets they allow on each flight? It's true. That's why it's super important to book your pet spot early. Think of it like getting tickets to your favorite concert. You don't want to miss out. Now, what do airlines usually ask for when you're bringing your pet along? Well, most of them will want to see a health certificate for your furry friend. This is basically a clean bill of health from your vet, saying your pet is fit to fly. They'll also want proof that your pet is up to date on their vaccinations. It's like a passport for pets. But here's the kicker. These health certificates usually need to be issued within 10 days of your departure date, so make sure you schedule that vet visit close to your travel date. It's all about timing. Now let's talk about pet carriers. This is where your pet will be hanging out during the flight, so we want to make sure it's comfy and airline approved. For small dogs and cats, most airlines will let them ride under the seat in front of you. How cool is that? Your pet gets to be your personal foot warmer. But what about bigger pets? Well, they usually need to travel in the cargo hold. Don't worry though, it's not as scary as it sounds. The cargo area is pressurized and temperature controlled, just like the main cabin. Your pet will be in a special crate that's well ventilated and secure. Think of it as their own private jet suite. Speaking of crates, here's a pro tip. Start getting your pet used to their carrier well before the flight. Let them hang out in it at home, maybe even have a little nap in there. This way, when it's time to fly, they'll feel right at home. Now, let's talk about keeping your pet calm during the flight. You might be tempted to give them a tranquilizer, but hold up, that's actually not recommended. It can cause breathing problems at high altitudes. Instead, why not try some natural calming methods? A favorite toy or a piece of clothing that smells like you can work wonders. Some pet parents swear by calming treats or pheromone sprays. Just be sure to test these out before the big day to see what works best for your furry friend. Here's another insider tip. If you can, try to book a direct flight. This minimizes the chance of your pet being left on the tarmac during a layover or getting mishandled during transfers. Plus, it's less stressful for both of you. Oh, and here's a clever trick I learned. Tape a small pouch of dried food to the outside of your pet's crate. This way, if there are any unexpected delays, airline staff can feed your pet without opening the crate. It's like leaving a snack for your pet sitter, but at 30,000 feet. Remember, preparation is key when it comes to flying with pets. Start planning early, familiarize yourself with your airline's specific rules, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Most airlines have dedicated pet travel pages on their websites, packed with helpful info. Car travel tips for pet parents. Ready to hit the road with your furry friend? Let's talk about how to make car travel with your pet a smooth ride for everyone involved. You might think car trips with pets are a hassle, but we're about to change your mind. Did you know that many pets actually get anxious or car sick during long drives? It's true. But don't worry, we've got some awesome tips to help you and your 4-legged buddy have a fantastic road trip experience. First things first, let's talk about getting your pet ready for the journey. Just like us, pets need time to adjust to new experiences. So, before you embark on that epic road trip, try taking your pet on short car rides around town. This helps them get used to being in the car and can reduce anxiety on longer trips. Start with quick trips to fun places like the park, gradually increasing the time spent in the car. This way, your pet will start associating car rides with positive experiences. Now let's address a common problem: car sickness. Nobody wants to deal with a queasy pet on the road. Here's a pro tip. Feed your pet a light meal about 3 to 4 hours before you hit the road. This gives their tummy time to settle before the journey begins. And remember, always have plenty of water available during the trip. But here's the catch. Try to avoid feeding your pet while the car is moving. It might seem like a good idea, but it can actually increase the risk of nausea. Trust us, your car's upholstery will thank you later. Okay, let's talk about creating a cozy space for your pet in the car. Think of it as their own little travel den. A well-ventilated crate or carrier is crucial for your pet's safety and comfort. It should be big enough for your pet to stand up, sit down, lie down, and turn around comfortably. And here's an important safety tip. Make sure to secure the crate so it doesn't slide around if you need to hit the brakes suddenly. But what if your pet isn't a fan of crates? No problem. There are other options to keep them safe and secure. Consider using a dog seat belt, car seat, or safety harness. These are great for preventing your pet from moving around the vehicle, which can be super distracting and dangerous when you're trying to focus on the road. Now let's talk about one of the most important aspects of a successful road trip with pets: regular breaks. Just like us, pets need to stretch their legs, use the bathroom, and stay hydrated during long trips. Experts suggest stopping every couple of hours to let your pet do their business, get some exercise, and have a drink of water. These breaks are not just about comfort. They're essential for your pet's well-being during the journey. Here's something you might not have thought about: keeping your pet safe inside the car. As tempting as it might be to let your dog stick their head out the window, we've all seen those adorable pictures, it's actually pretty dangerous. Flying debris or sudden stops could lead to injuries. So, keep those windows up or just cracked for fresh air. If you're traveling with a cat, it's best to keep them in a secure carrier for the entire trip. We know cats can be escape artists, and the last thing you want is a feline acrobat distracting you while you're driving. One more thing to remember. Always carry your pet's important documents with you. This includes vaccination records and health certificates. Some states require proof of rabies vaccination when you cross state lines, so it's better to be prepared. Last but not least, pack a pet-friendly travel kit. Include food, water, a leash, waste bags, grooming supplies, and any medications your pet might need. Having all these essentials readily available will make your trip so much smoother. Finding pet-friendly accommodations. Let's talk about finding the perfect home away from home for you and your furry friend. You've got your travel kit packed and you're ready to hit the road. But where will you stay? Don't worry, we've got some amazing tips to help you find the best pet-friendly accommodations. Did you know that the travel industry is catching on to our love for traveling with pets? More and more hotels are offering special packages and amenities just for our four-legged companions. But here's the thing. Not all pet-friendly places are created equal. In fact, what one hotel considers pet-friendly might be totally different from another. So, how do you navigate this tricky terrain? First things first, always do your homework. When you're browsing for places to stay, don't just look for the pet-friendly label. Dig a little deeper. Check for any size restrictions or breed limitations. Some hotels might welcome your Chihuahua with open arms but turn away your Great Dane. And let's talk about fees. They can really add up. On average, you might be looking at anywhere from $25 to $100 per stay for your pet. Some places might even charge a non-refundable cleaning fee on top of that. Ouch! But don't let that discourage you. With a little planning, you can find great deals that won't break the bank. Now, here's a pro tip that could save you a lot of headaches. Always, and we mean always, call ahead to confirm the pet policy. Even if you've booked online and the website says they're pet-friendly, it's worth double-checking. This way, you won't have any nasty surprises when you show up with Fido in tow. Trust us, a quick phone call can save you a world of trouble. But what if traditional hotels aren't quite cutting it for you and your furry friend? Don't worry, we've got some fantastic alternatives up our sleeve. Have you considered vacation rentals? These can be a great option, especially if you're traveling with a larger pet or multiple animals. They often provide more space and sometimes even have fenced yards, perfect for letting your pup stretch their legs after a long day of travel. And here's something you might not have thought of: pet-specific hotels. Yes, they exist and they're amazing. These places are designed with our furry friends in mind, offering special amenities like dog parks, pet sitting services, and even special menus for your four-legged companion. How cool is that? But finding a great place to stay is just part of the equation. When you're picking your accommodation, think about the surrounding area too. Are there parks nearby where you can take your dog for a walk? What about pet-friendly restaurants or cafes? Planning these details in advance can make your trip so much more enjoyable for both you and your pet. Now, let's talk about some common issues pet owners face when traveling. Have you ever arrived at a hotel only to find out that you can't leave your pet alone in the room? Or maybe you've been hit with unexpected fees at check-in? These situations can really put a damper on your trip. But don't worry, we've got you covered. The key is to ask specific questions about the hotel's pet policy before you book. Some good questions to ask are: can I leave my pet in the room while I'm out? Are there any areas of the hotel where pets aren't allowed? Do you provide any special amenities for pets? The more you know in advance, the better prepared you'll be. And here's one last tip to make any new place feel like home for your pet. Pack some familiar items from home. A favorite toy, their regular food and water bowls, or even their bed can help your pet feel more comfortable in a new environment. It's amazing how much difference a familiar scent can make. All right, fellow pet lovers, we've covered a lot of ground today. But before we wrap up, let's talk about one more crucial aspect of pet travel: your travel kit. Think of it as your furry friend's suitcase. Pack their favorite food, water, any medications they need, and don't forget a first aid kit. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Always carry a recent photo of your pet and their vaccination records. You never know when you might need them. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you traveled with your pet? What tricks did you discover along the way? Share your stories in the comments below. Your experiences could be a game changer for another pet parent out there. Remember, with the right prep, traveling with your pet can be an incredible bonding experience. So go out there, make some amazing memories, and don't forget to give your furry travel buddy an extra treat for being such a good sport. Safe travels, everyone.